Welcome to episode 241. Today we're talking to everybody's favorite foodie, Jay, and we hear some hot tips on the Food and Wine Festival going on at DCA. Come on and let's get started.
All personnel, clear the launch platform. All personnel, clear launch
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 241. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, this evening, this afternoon. We very much appreciate it. My name is Mark. I'm one of the co-hosts here of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me is the very handsome trail master of puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, as I'm surviving.
You are surviving. The weather has shifted here in Northern California. Yep. Therefore, Udi's wearing his short-sleeve Dixon collection shirt. Question about that in a second. But Sitting to the left of me via FaceTime is the very lovely Becky.
Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Hey, Becky, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, it's a nice day to be here. Udi, a question. Actually, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
For those of you listening for the first time, hey, thank you so much for joining us. We do have some new listeners, and we hope you find the water to be very warm. We were a very open and honest Disneyland podcast. And today's show is sponsored by you, the listeners. If you'd like to do that, you can go to our website at leavingtodaypodcast.com and click on the support tab. We have a Patreon there. Anything you want to contribute helps, and the money goes towards hosting fees. It goes towards software for our sister show, which is LTP Lounge, every Wednesday night from 6 to 7. And that is a show that Udi and I put together where we talk about, we go deep into 2 or 3 Disney topics, and we have open chat, and sometimes we have guests on, and it's a great way just to get to know you, because that's really what we want to do is connect with you listeners. But it's always a fun time. It's usually an hour. Sometimes if we have guests on, we go a little bit longer, but we just want to give you like a quick something in the middle of the week. It's going to be most Wednesdays. Here and there, we're going to be off because of obligations, but for the most part, we're going to be there for you. So check our social media just to make sure we're going to be there every Wednesday. We will let you know. And again, if you listen to the show, I want to say thank you because you are supporting podcasting, which is all independent stuff, and it means that we can talk openly and freely. So whether it's this show or any other podcast you listen to, just be aware that a lot of work went into getting that show out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when you do that, you're opening yourself up to new ideas, new people, new things. And I think one of the biggest things that we have, especially here in this country, is the ability to communicate and talk freely and openly. Mm-hmm. And the more we do that, the more we enter into conversations just with an open mind, the better we can all be together. Yeah. And I mean, we're having Jay on today, and this is going to be a perfect example we talk about, is just meeting good people. And unless you open yourself up and take in other inputs, you're not going to ever, you may miss a whole section of people that are out there, and you can create such a community. Open your mind, talk to people. We're better together, and we're better when we communicate openly and honestly with each other. And I feel like the time that you guys spend with us is one way we try to communicate with you, and we appreciate to no end the fact that you put your time into listening to us communicate and talk to you guys. So thank you, and everything that we do here is for you guys.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Just how many Dixon shirts do you have? I was thinking about, I think Wendy and I were talking about this the other day.
And then what's your guess?
30.
Okay. Becky,
my guess?
Your guess.
I'm going to actually guess.
Don't say 31.
Yeah, 31. I was thinking like maybe 45 even.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, before I answer the question, are you counting T-shirts or only flannels?
Flannels.
Okay. Last count, which I did probably
Nightly.
No. Which I did probably a couple weeks ago. No, because I was curious for the same thing. I'm like, how many of these do I have? Last count, and I've added since that count 2. Wait. 3?
Okay, I don't
2.
know.
Anyway, current count is with the additions 41.
Okay. Whoa, Woody, this is crazy.
You're close.
All right.
Yeah, but again, I'll put that in there. That does not include my beanies, my hats, my socks, my T-shirts, and my tank tops.
Okay, well, good to know.
An array of
That's
all
why
those
we rarely see you repeating an outfit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I know. Well, this is deep inside the LTP here. And
I mean, you guys ask. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like, hey, I wear this stuff. I rep it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, I have one for St. Patty's Day, which I'm going to wear on St. Patty's Day.
Okay.
Mark actually saw it. If you guys watched our LTP lounge, I was wearing it. It's green and black and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I have another one coming this week. It's black base with gray and orange pinstripe. It's pretty cool.
Sure. It sounds great.
It's awesome.
Okay. Well, for those of you listening to us for the first time, or maybe it's your second or third show watching or listening to us. So we are during our 10th year now. We've been doing this for 10 years, and I probably didn't say much about it because I'm just that way. But I feel pretty proud that and I'm gonna talk more about this as episodes go on, because 10 years, dude, a lot's happened.
Yes.
You bring that up, and it's weird because this may sound weird, but I don't hype myself up, and I feel like
you need a hype man.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, going 10 years with this, and I feel like when we hit like somewhere in here, we need to do kind of like a 10-year retrospective. But even then, I feel like it's so self-serving. Like, look how great we are, and I don't know. I feel weird with that idea. But then at the other end of that is, dude, that's an accomplishment to do it for.
Yeah.
As long and then I don't know. I guess I maybe I should shift my mindset and be like, I should maybe probably take it as a more grateful thing, because of everything that this crazy show has brought me in my life personally. I've said it before. My life shifted hard at one point because of this show, and has set me on the path that I am now.
The path to a success.
Dude, yeah. I mean, in all reality, like, without going into it, it is something that I still will randomly wake up and be like, how did I get here? And I'm like, oh, yeah, Mark came up to me one day and said, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me? Literally, that was the moment that I had no idea would move everything in this direction. And we've met Becky. I mean, we can go on, and now look,
well, I can say 10 years ago, I remember, it could have been 9, maybe a little after, but it was pretty early on. You guys were on the All Aboard podcast as guests.
Yes.
And I heard you.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked what I heard.
Wow.
So I remember very distinctly then turning on the podcast. I was in my kitchen in Arizona, like meal prepping and doing that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys had an episode where you went so dark and deep, like talking about the park.
Oh.
And I had not heard anything like that on another show. Like everything else was all like, really? And, Disney does no wrong. And it was like so deep. And then I just became a listener ever since. Like, to the point I was like, oh my gosh, this like is making me think deeply on this.
Uh-huh.
And and I remember listening, and then I would like listen to you guys as I did my commute. I had a pretty long commute.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like 47 miles, but it was like pure traffic, bumper to bumper. I'd do like a 2-hour commute, and I would listen to you guys. So I loved the long episodes too.
Oh man, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That episode was called "The Park Is Gone," and I remember doing the artwork for that. It's the picture of Main Street train station, and I did like a radial blur on it. So it's that's way too deep technical, but the image shows like the wind is blowing the image like away.
Yeah.
And we did go pretty deep on that episode, and a lot of people have mentioned that particular episode.
Which one is that one? What number is that one?
Oh, it's early on.
It's early on, I think, but
Now I'm
also
gonna look,
I
'cause
think nobody had done anything like that.
Should
At
we do
least
more of
not
that?
I heard during that time. I know. Well, but I mean, nobody had been that honest.
Mhm.
I feel like, from
Well,
my perspective, not that I was hearing, not for Disneyland.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for saying that. I think what to think about that. I remember when we did it, thinking, "Oh man, this is going to go either one or two ways. We may lose some listeners, but we may gain some listeners." I remember that.
Well, and this is where now we're turning to a retrospective, which is fine. It makes me a little bit more proud in that moment because under the concept when we were talking, like Mark and I had conversations about the show. And we did talk about topics and how we would cover things and lengths and how long should we make a show and all that stuff. And I remember saying, dude, we just go. Like let's sit down and go. And if they go an hour, so be it. If they go 2, so be it. If they goes 15, 20, so be it. Because I think the first episodes were maybe a half hour. I want to say they were short. And at one point in time, it was like, dude, we just need to go.
Yeah.
And then Mark, because Mark being the creator of this whole thing, he had a lot of these thoughts about like listeners, who's going to listen? Will we alienate people? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then me being the madman in the back corner who had like very little skin in the game, to be honest, was like, let's just let it fly, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mark took that on faith. And this is where we are. I'm not trying to say this was all me or anything like that, not even remotely, but I'm just saying that I think as we're moving through, this is proof that if you're just open and honest, that people will gravitate to that. And I've told that to Mark often. Just when we're being real, and we've heard this from listener after listener, like Becky just said, we were just being real, and what we're saying isn't crafted and molded to make sure I'm saying the right thing because I don't want to know. We just let it fly. People have been angry at me for things I've said, so be it. We've had angry, like upset emails and things like that, but it was the thing of like, but we're being honest with you, and if you don't have to agree with us. It was never like you need to be on our quote unquote side. It was just be open and honest with it. The critique that we've heard from our own show, is always taken in, and we continue to move forward with that. But again, 10 years of this, I feel like it's something that is pretty freaking unbelievable for me.
Yeah, it's unbelievable for me too. And I don't want to say this phrase, but it's almost like we've become like an institution in the sense that people do rely on us to show up every 2 weeks. Yep. And I take a lot of pride in that because, like, and I've said this before, is that the importance of podcasting isn't lost on me. Today's show we've got Jay Brattain on, and a great guy all around, and he was part of the DizGeek podcast, and I still listen to that every couple of days. Yeah, even though they stopped at episode 167 a few years ago, but I was so. Every Tuesday that show will come out, and I was so stoked. Like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. I'm gonna have lunch at work. I'm gonna sit at my desk with my headphones. I'm listening to these guys, and I'm gonna laugh. Yep. And no one around me is gonna know what I'm laughing about. And that's where Jay comes from. And him and those guys brought me so much joy. And that's exactly why I go, well, if Jay is gonna not be on that show, I'm calling Jay. And I want Jay on my show. Yeah. And we've had Daniel and Jay, but mostly Jay. And it's important to me. So I hope that, I know that when our show doesn't come out on time, and that's very rare, but I get messages from people. And that means something to me. Like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Life came up. I got to get this done. So I know it means something to people. So if, I just don't know how else to say it, but I understand that it's not lost on me, and I'm glad it brings some sort of fun to your life, some hopefully some laughter, because it's nonsense most of the time, but just you could appreciate that the work that we do and that we are who we say we are. Yeah.
And I could vouch for that because I know both sides. now, and you are. It's not like, oh, you get ready to record and like suddenly you have on your announcer voice, you know, or your good podcast voice, and like do this and then say something else. Like, you are who you are. You give your opinions, and I think people like how authentic you guys are.
You too.
I know I'm authentic too, but
you're part of it.
I still feel like I have like imposter syndrome. So,
you do?
I do feel that sometimes. But I know I personally I enjoy conversation with you guys. I look forward to it.
Oh, good.
You know, it's one of my things as being a parent of young kids where I get me time. Like you guys are part of my me time.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that means a lot to me too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
No, and I this is one thing, like, I always appreciate that the unique perspective that you have, Becky, because you were on the outside and now you're on the inside.
Yes.
And it is different.
Yeah, and how that is different, but then it's the same. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I when we were going through this process, and like, you know, and I remember like trying to go in my head, like, how would I be if like the podcast that, you know, I've kind of been on and we get along and everything I like and I've been listening to forever, they came and say, hey, do you want to be part of the show?
Oh yeah.
And how would you take that, and how would you respond to that? And because I would be the same thing. Like, is this really going to be like? Is this for real? Like, now this is like we're putting the test, right? And so that's why it was like your perspective is unique.
You guys did. We were at Costco as a family, and then you text, and I remember we sat down because Tim wanted to get ice cream after Costco.
Sure.
And I like read my text, and I was like, I thought it was gonna maybe be like come on as a guest or something again,
Right.
and then I was like, oh my god, we'll never believe the text I just got.
What did he say to that?
It was an honor. He thought it was cool because he knew ever since starting to date how much I enjoyed like the podcast or would hear me listening, and so he knew that it meant something in that way, and it came at a good time where I wanted something for myself but didn't know, you know, like what my interests were anymore. Or that sort of like I you know, had a shift in identity because now I was a mom of two, and a wife, and all of that, and it all good things, but it was great.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. And, and we're going to talk more about this as the year goes on. But there's just when I stop and think about it, everyone we've met, I'm blown away. I'm, you know, I can't believe that we get to meet all these cool people, and I can't believe that, you know, most of these people I have in my phone that I will just randomly message, like, you know, and Marcus, Marcus will show up here sometimes, and I go, how does that happen? And I love it. And Marcus, you need to come on. You need to show up again.
Yeah, there's a seat right there that you haven't filled in a little while.
In fact, I was just pointing to it as I said that. But like,
you were.
I'll message Jerome. I'll message Jay. I'll message Terrence.
Yeah.
I'll message some other people, and that I would have never known. And you know, I think about Michael Bowling as well. I think about Marcy, of course. And the fact that we get to go and record stuff at Stage 9 whenever, you know, Troy lets us, or it's ridiculous to me. That's all to say is that I'm very thankful that we're doing it still. Yeah. And I didn't mean to say like I think we are an institution. I mean, I don't know. That's a bit rich. It's a bit much. But what I guess I meant to say by that is that people do depend on us to show up and deliver some nonsense every couple weeks. Anyway, we do have
grateful.
Yes, me too. And I'll happen to see listeners.
Yep.
Anyways, today we're talking Food and Wine Festival with Jay Brattain. Always a pleasure to talk to him. Before that, we have the news. And Becky, you have a question.
I do.
Okay.
So you two have a very special guys trip coming up soon. I want to know what you.
I don't go that far, man. It's just Mark. Like, I mean, come on. No.
A very special trip.
A very special trip for you two. But I do want to know, what are you guys most looking forward to doing together at the park? As far as
I got mine. Because I thought about it. Continue, though. Continue, please.
Since it's been a long time since you guys have actually been there together.
Yes.
So I'm curious, like, what thing you're most looking forward to in that regard?
Well, funny enough, I've thought about that. It randomly popped in my head a few days ago, probably a couple of weeks ago. And the one thing that I'm like, because Mark and I, we have shared adventures in the park, and they're all unique and fun, and we've done some fun stuff. But the one thing that I'm actually looking forward to is walking down Main Street together for the first time, because we haven't done that in 5+ years, I think now, right?
It was January 19th of 2020.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
I only know that because that was Rise of the Resistance
Yeah,
Day.
yeah, that was the last time.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. It was that, and then the second thing is going into Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars land, and looking at that and getting the perspective from him and me, just the changes, and see what we're going to get the feel for. I think those two are the things that I'm most curious about.
Yeah.
And then lastly, kind of as a side tangent, is just DCA and running through like with San Francisco and a few of the other things. And then because the trips with Mark, and this is why with Jerome, I'm very curious too, and very excited, because it's the knowledge base, like I was saying, is something that is incredibly, it has depth, and I always try to become that sponge and pick that all up. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, solid answers. Man,
Yeah, I love that.
you make me cry here.
Don't get emotional. It's all right.
Well, if we were driving, I would have said probably the Denny's at Lost Hills Road.
Yep. Pancake record. Even though I would not be doing that this time, but no.
No, I would say not getting pancakes.
No.
What? Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that actually, I mean, I missed, and I've been asking him to go for the last couple years, to be honest.
You have.
It has been the constant.
Yeah, it's
And for every time you've heard him say it on the show, it's probably like tenfold. Well, maybe not that
Yeah,
far,
even more.
but pretty
Yeah.
over text. Yeah.
yeah. I think. I mean, there's probably a lot of things, but I mean, as Udi said, I think just walking around and having conversations, not necessarily about the park, but life conversations are always great with Udi. But I don't know if we go live conversations, but probably just looking around in each land and having discussions about design and theming and looking at. I don't know. Udi says he's probably not gonna buy anything, but he does like. I'm gonna tell you right now, he does like to look for different shirts and things like that, and he will vacillate between 4 or 5. So that's kind of fun to see him get excited about that kind of stuff. But it's those conversations that I really appreciate. Is just like I said, we did a lap around Fantasyland. We're there for close to an hour, just talking about design stuff. We don't necessarily need to go on attractions, but that's always a bonus. And then trying new food. I mean, we're gonna go to Rancho a couple of times. I already know that, but maybe trying to find some snacks that we normally don't have. I've never had the rum and coke or at Taste Pilot.
Smoke jumpers.
So, yeah, it used to be Taste Pilots. Smoke jumpers. So I want to get that. Oh no, you get the whiskey and coke.
I get the Jack and Coke, but rum and Coke is
They have it there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is the preferred?
for me. You already know.
Oh yeah, I got you.
There you go.
So yeah, and then walking around, and then I'm sure we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios and bitch and complain about that.
Yeah.
And there's just no way this is gonna work.
Dude, sorry to interrupt,
What?
but that just flashed in my brain. The discussion we're going to have about Avatar fitting there, that one is going to be fun. All right, continue, please. Sorry. I just
Yeah.
that you said that, I went like, oh my God. Like, how did I not think about that?
Yeah, I mean, so we'll do that. It's just, it's kind of fun because he and I, different schedules there. He will get up early and be at the park.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get up early, but I am up by 8. He's usually up by, 6 or something. He's out the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me. But I'll get up at 8 and I'll just meet him somewhere and then we'll start our day. And that's fine. But no, that's kind of what I'm looking for, is just kind of connecting that way and having good conversations and laughing about nonsense stuff and
Yeah.
putting Udi through his. I always have a list of hypothetical questions.
Always. The would you rather's out of Mark is crazy.
Anyone who knows me knows that is coming up, no matter who it is. It's like there's always a litany of those questions.
Yep.
Okay, what about this? Would you rather do this and this? What if this and this happened?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay. Just to make you happy, I'll answer your question. I don't know why I do that, but it's just something that I do. Wendy knows all too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you. I always feel like it's because you're just interested in people.
Oh, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in what they choose and
why.
and why.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is why I enjoy just doing that, having those conversations and yeah, it's weird because like between my two daughters, like for example, at Disneyland, if we're gonna go to somewhere like Pooh's Corner and get a treat or something like that, Annika will just go. It'll be like a 30-second ordeal for her. I'll just get that thing, and then we'll like ring it up. Ariel needs to look at every possible snack and look at it again. And just go, I wonder what this is, I wonder what that is. And, 10 minutes later, it's like, we got to go. You want the tiger tail or tigger tail, whatever thing is, or do you want do you want this thing? It's just that one. Okay. Are you sure? No, but you're making me go. Well, Ariel, it's 10 minutes. We could be doing something else. It was meant to, so it's fun. It's funny to see what is going on in people's decisions. Anyway. There we go. Okay, well, that's a long introduction.
Yeah.
So people
Well, I can't wait to hear about your trip when you guys are back.
Yeah, we're not doing a trip.
Like, I want to see pictures and stuff.
Oh, we're not doing a trip.
We're not doing a trip report when we come back.
Oh yeah. The trick is, can we get Udi to go somewhere else besides Rancho?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna have ice cream?
Probably.
We'll be burning calories walking around.
I know.
So
you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm. I wonder if that. I hope that pork belly. It's going to be gone. That pork belly grilled cheese over at
Pim's Test Kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a lunar New Year.
Oh.
Food.
Okay, I think it was a Lunar New Year.
Is Lunar New Year still going on?
I don't think it'll be by then. It may. If it is, it'd be awesome.
I think it ended before the Food and Wine Festival started.
I think so.
Okay. Well, anyways, long introduction. Let's head on over to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Well, first news item for episode 241 is the new Disneyland shuttle service will be serving 10 hotels launching following the ART shutdown. ART is the Anaheim Rapid Transit. And as we approach the shutdown date, which is March 31st, for the popular Disneyland Hotel ART shuttle system, the city has revealed that a new Disneyland shuttle will soon launch. I think this is a great idea. Have you guys ever used ART before?
No, I never have.
Oh, have you,
Not
Becky?
there.
You know what? I haven't, because we just haven't been far enough to where we've needed it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should preface that we did. Whenever we stayed at the RV park, you can catch it right next to it at the hotel. However, we ended up just walking it because it wasn't too far, and we didn't want to fold up the stroller constantly.
Gotcha.
Just because we're putting our whole life in that stroller.
Oh yeah,
for the
yeah,
day,
absolutely.
essentially.
Yeah, yeah. I've used it before quite a few times early on, and it was super easy to get. I mean, it stopped. You just got to be on their schedule. But once you figure that out, it's good. But I was kind of sad to hear that it's going away. But we do have some news. Staying at off-property hotels in the surrounding Anaheim area is the default option for many Disneyland visitors, and many have relied on the ART shuttle for transportation between their hotel and the parks. Since the news of the ART shuttle shutdown was originally revealed, we've been waiting for news of what would replace that service. Now we have more details, including when the new service will launch and which hotels it will service. Okay, so now we have received new details on a replacement service that Disneyland visitors can take advantage of. The city of Garden Grove posted details on a new offering that will connect 10 Garden Grove hotels to Disneyland. The new shuttle service begins the last week of March. It will cost a small fee, and that's in air quotes. We do not yet have details on what the small fee is or if several pass types will be available. For comparison, the standard one-way fares for ART were $4 per adults and $150 for children aged 3 and 9 and seniors. With the all-day pass at $6. Multi-day passes are available, such as a 3-day pass for $16 or a 5-day pass for $25. Designed to support 10 local hotels and their guests, the service will maintain reliable transportation between Garden Grove accommodations and the Disneyland Resort area. Okay, also connecting visitors to nearby entertainment, dining, shopping, and regional transportation options. I don't think $4 each way is a big ask.
No, not at all.
No,
It's cheaper than an Uber.
Yep.
I
it's
would
cheaper
imagine.
than that is for sure.
For sure.
So a 3-day pass for 16, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, you're even that's cheaper than parking at the.
Yeah.
At, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're
it
already
is.
yeah. So here are the 10 hotels: the Sheraton Garden Grove, Anaheim South, Hyatt Regency in Orange County, Embassy Suites by Hilton in Anaheim South, the Delta Hotels by Marriott, Anaheim Garden Grove, Anaheim Marriott Suites, Hilton Garden Inn in Anaheim, and Garden Grove, Homewood Suites by Hilton, Anaheim Main Gate area. I do know where that one is.
Yep. I do too.
Residence Inn, Anaheim Resort area, and Garden Grove, and Great Wolf, Southern California, or Great Wolf Lodge. And I know where that one is too. I've never stayed there, but that's way down Harbor, I think Harbor. So the only one I actually know of is that Homewood Suites.
I've stayed at Embassy Suites before, but it's been quite a few years.
Oh yeah, they have the cool breakfast.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I'm. Oh, and sorry, Hampton Inn and Suites. Did I say that? Okay. So that's actually. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
And even if they raise the rate, a couple bucks here or there, that is still, if you don't want to make that long walk, even if you could.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that was city buses. Now there's going to be Disneyland buses.
Yep.
So we'll see. Then price is going to be a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt they will because that's Disney. But I think if they're intelligent about it, they will keep pretty close to that model. It's not like Disney doesn't have the vehicles. It's not like, I mean, even if they decide to invest in more,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I would imagine Disney's is going to acquire those buses from.
Probably. They probably made a
Yeah.
good deal for them. I mean, I have no idea how big that fleet is, but it makes sense that they would. Then you put your branding all over it, and you do that, and then you do your wrap on it, and there you go. Clean it up, refurb the inside a little bit, and then put your wrap, and there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think that it will be something where you purchase it at the hotel to add on, or that it'll be like even something with your ticket package, like if you book it now and add it to your ticket?
That's an interesting question because you can really, when you look at it, with it being a city-run system, there's only one way for them to collect, right? So now that Disney's taken over, you could easily see that, whether it done through the hotel or through Disney proper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I feel like any of those models are probably going to work, and the other part of it too is we're talking about transport between, but ART was for anybody, right? Like it was for the public.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So there's a level of that too. Like I don't know if they're gonna only prioritize guests opposed to public.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
They might need like a valid ticket to go to the. But
And there you go. Like those are the questions, right?
Yeah.
Like is it then just become a hotel specific shuttle?
yeah.
Like any other one.
Well, my experience with art was you could either go to the website and buy them in advance, or you could buy them in the lobby of the hotel.
Okay. See.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's a decent format.
Yeah. But even now, most of those hotels offer Disneyland tickets in the lobby.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
True, they
A
do.
lot of them do.
So maybe they're gonna. I mean, they've got plenty of. And this was before there was even an app. So I remember going to the art website and printing them out and bringing them with me. So now you don't
my
have to.
gosh,
Yeah, you don't do that now. This is. I mean, I would imagine it's all going to be taken care of on the app. But my guess is you'll be able to buy them either with your purchase, or hey, let's not walk and let's take care of it in the lobby or something like that. That's my guess.
Yep.
But I'm glad this is happening.
Yeah. No. Very good.
I definitely think it's needed,
For sure, it's needed.
like to keep something.
Gondolas is what we need.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Next news item is Disneyland's seating area returning this year. Disneyland's Port Royale, Curios and Curiosities will again become a seating area. Disneyland officials confirmed to Mickey Visit, which is I got this information from, that the current Port Royale, I'm just kind of messing around with that name. I know it's probably Royal, but I think Royale is I think how you want to say. Curios and Curiosity Shop will reopen soon as a seating area in the same style that it operated in last year. Disneyland officials shared that they are exploring options for this area with guest comfort in mind. The shop is already currently closed at Disneyland and the store is walled off. Some have speculated that the seating area will return. We are the first to receive confirmation that it is coming back as a seating area. We did not receive a specific reopening date for the area from Disneyland. Last year, the shop also switched to a seating area during this time in the year. During this time of the year, and then switched back to being a store during Halloween and Christmas. This change from Port Royale Curiosity. I'm not. Here is me being honest. Enough with the extended name here.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be. This is going to mean that the Haunted Mansion merchandise previously located in the store will be elsewhere in the park. However, this change also means that the seating area of the Royal Street Veranda will get extended once more, giving guests in the area more space to rest. Additional seating in New Orleans Square could draw guests away from the nearby Tiana's Palace, spreading out the crowds in the area between the seating areas. So, this was what that Haunted Mansion shop was. I think it was, right? Mm-hmm. And now with Madame Leota's, that should be the only spot you get that stuff.
I agree. Yeah,
I totally agree.
And I'm glad this is open to something. Although it would be nice if it was like a little bar or something. Mm-hmm. Maybe mocktails are fine, but
right, or
too
even
small
just to get a soda.
Yeah, soda.
It's a small space, though.
Yeah, it's a very small space.
Yeah.
You could throw in a little freestyle machine in there, and you could just get your own sodas if that's your thing. No, they wouldn't. Do that.
No, they would never do that.
They would never do that.
Nope.
But anyways, I'm glad they're doing that.
You guys probably will get to see it.
Well,
I think it'll
maybe
be up when you're there.
I mean, it would make. I mean, it's what are we at? A month and a half away from the trip?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, what's today? The 14th, 15th? Yeah.
Okay, so 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months to the day. Well, yeah, it'll be.
Ooh.
March, April. It is. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Shocking. All right. The next news item is first look at Grand Canyon filming for Soarin' Across America. Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is the first Easter egg to have dropped. The first mystery to be revealed. Disney released photos from filming of the Grand Canyon for Soarin' Across America, a new version of Soarin' coming to Epcot and DCA for the USA's 250th birthday. Mm-hmm. Walt Disney Imagineering previously shared a behind-the-scenes look at filming in unknown locations. They used satellite mapping and aerial path modeling and a variety of helicopter rigs, camera lenses, and heavy lift drones to film. This new adventure showcases the natural beauty and iconic cityscapes of the United States. Like other versions of Soarin', it will include unique score and scents. Soarin' Across America will open on May 26th, Epcot, immediately after Memorial Day, and on July 2nd at DCA in time for the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. It will run for a limited time.
I don't like that.
But they want you in the parks during that.
I know.
I know. I'm actually kind of jealous that Epcot's getting it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
We can't get it Memorial Day.
I don't know. Who knows? I'm not happy about that. But we know Grand Canyon is part of the mix now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we did all guess.
We all guessed.
Oh, did we? I forgot
yeah,
what
we're
we
pretty
guessed.
sure we all included that on, and because it is. It's like super iconic, beyond iconic. I mean, we talked about iconic imagery from the United States, and Grand Canyon is going to be one of them.
Okay, give me one more. Just one more. Do you think it's going to be the
Statue of Liberty?
Okay, Becky.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say Washington D.C., like probably the White House.
Okay.
Or the
Lincoln
Washington
Memorial.
Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument, and the other one that came to mind, the Bay Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, the
Golden Gate.
Oh, yeah, the Golden Gate.
Okay.
Golden Gate Bridge, not Bay Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Iconic.
And
I think I have it on the back of my shirt in this. Yeah, it's on the tag of the one I'm wearing right now. It actually has a
the
golden.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, also I do think Mount Rushmore.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that. Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I don't
Those
know.
are probably all safe bets,
Safe
but that's
bets.
like
What
4 or
about
5.
like Yellowstone?
I was thinking about
Me
that,
too.
like the geysers in Yosemite.
Yosemite,
Oh yeah,
Half Dome.
But Yosemite in sort of California, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well they could. I'll be pissed if they just go back to this.
No.
Yeah, like it's just like
Yeah, just go
Yeah.
back to it.
clip this one.
They're splicing in the footage from like, no, we need new footage.
Yeah, I'm sure they can afford the new footage.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the shore ones. Well, Yosemite could be iffy because they've done it. Let's show Liberty. Niagara Falls. We did say that.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
And without derailing deep into this, but
Yeah.
this is the question I think I had before is like, what are they going to focus on? Is it are we going to go into history? Like, or is it going to be like current or what? 250 years is a long time.
That is interesting. Like you are right, and I hadn't thought into that aspect. But like pre-show and all of that, like, is it going to delve into history
Yeah. I mean,
and then take us in?
I don't know.
the pre-show,
That's, like,
if they did like a full on, like the pre-show's the same, like even added touches.
You mean took down all the pictures of the airplanes?
No,
and put-
not took them down, but add to them more with that. Because, I mean, really, when you think about it, I mean, soaring is nothing but a huge tribute to aviation in general, right?
In California.
In California, yeah. So, yeah, and I don't see why you couldn't do something similar in that, with that, and have that. I think it would be cool. I don't know if they're going to go to that extent. But
Yeah. 'cause
I would
then
be happy. I'd like be over the moon happy if they actually did that.
Yeah, it even makes me wonder, like, their uniform, like, cast member
Mhm.
uniform, if there
All
would
of
be
it.
any updates that's, like, patriotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because realistically, as far as I know, the only thing that we're getting over here in relation to the 250th is that. I don't know. I haven't heard anything else, but to be fair, I haven't even been really looking. But
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I hope I hope that both parks are just red, white, and blue everywhere, man. It
Yep.
better be like that because I mean, yeah, we owe everything that we have to this crazy country that we're in, man. Anyway,
I think it starts. I think the opening. What do you think the opening is? Opening location.
again, see, this is where I feel it depends on their angle they're taking because you could go, okay, if you do geographically, you start here. You could go, okay, you could start here on the West Coast
Yeah.
and work your way across because this is where it started, right? So it's like, look how far we've come all the way to the
Yeah.
West Coast and go back to the East Coast. Or you could flip the narrative and go like, this is where we started, look how far we came.
Yeah.
So this is why all these questions I have, and some people might be going like, seriously, you're thinking too deep into this, but I don't think I am. It's like,
No.
because there's so much here that how do you, and this is where, for me, being part of the team crafting this,
Oh yeah.
dude, can you imagine the idea board up and having to go
Yeah.
through all that?
Yeah.
Like, insane.
I think. Were you gonna say something, Becky?
Well, I just started to think, do you think that there's going to be any tributes to Walt Disney's hometown?
Again, another way.
no?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
think so because I mean, I wouldn't be able to distinguish Marceline from any other town.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I'd like to think that I could, but I don't think I can. I'd be like, oh, that's a small town, and then who knows?
Good point. Yeah.
But I would like to think that it might. I think it should start like in Plymouth Rock, showing like the Mayflower hovering,
Yeah,
going
see what
over
I'm
that. I mean, that's really.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and starting there. Okay, this is the Mayflower, and here's Plymouth Rock, and then we hover and we go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And start. I mean, that's where I think it starts.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It depends on what angle they want to take the whole thing, because there are so
Right.
many places.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. because that'll cover. It'll be the visual history of the country. That's why I would prefer if they're
Yeah.
going to do that, they do start there
I hope
and
so.
then work their way all the way across to the West Coast.
Yeah, I mean, they could follow like railroad lines or something. I don't know, just getting us around and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to start. I think you got to start on the East Coast because that's really how this all starts, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to show some stuff in the Washington Memorial and everything, and of course, Statue of Liberty. But we got. I think we work our way west, and I think we end up in Disneyland.
Yeah.
with the fireworks going.
Yeah.
I'm that's my guess.
I think iconic. That would be the iconic way to end because
the Arch of St. Louis.
that has to be in there. I was just gonna say that too. But the gateway to the west.
Oh yeah, it is.
But
And question, do you think that, okay, so we end at Disneyland. We know there's going to be something with the Disney park in there. Do you think that we're seeing like a patriotic celebration?
yeah, 100%. American flags, the whole thing.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, because, and again, that is the best way to end this. Obviously, they end like that now, but I think it's even more important now because of what we're celebrating. So Walt being an incredibly patriotic guy, I mean, I think it would be fitting because again, he was grateful to this country because it gave him the opportunity to create this. So that would be the best way to end it. Like they have been, but at that other level of making sure that, like I said, I want it red, white, and blue everywhere. I want stars.
Me too.
I want red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay. Let me ask you this. This is going to make you want to go back to the parks.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No doubt.
What? is
No,
going on with
if they do that, because at that point, for me personally, it becomes a deeper layer.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only am I going to go to the park, which I love and go to, and has a historical sense to it, but I'm also incredibly grateful to this country that my parents immigrated up here, and I get the privilege of living in this country, and that is never lost on me.
No.
And so for me to do that, and if Disney does do that, it's a double for me. Like I'm not only honoring Walt, but I'm honoring the country, and I'm honoring my parents' decision to move here and run away from their country and leave their country to build a better life for me and my brother and my sister and my family. So all that plays, and again, some people might go, it's not that deep, but it is. That's at the end of the day. So that's my love of the park. Ties directly into the love of this country. Mm-hmm. And so when I feel we need to honor it, which I feel we need to do every day, these are the moments. Right now, 250. This is massive. This is not something that you can just brush off because it is something.
Well, it's not as big as our 250th show coming up.
Well, no, but yeah.
But
We're rivaling. It's a rival.
It's
a
like
close
second
rival.
to that.
Yeah.
It's second to that.
It's
yeah,
right there, like they're neck and neck. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other thoughts on that, Becky?
No, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I actually think that the same, like that could get me back. A lot could get me back in, but I could see building a trip around that.
Yep.
Yes. As soon as those dates come out, July 2nd, I want to see how long they're going to run that through.
Yep.
Because they might have to come back there for that.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that to me, that'd be worth it. A day trip. Legit, a day trip.
For sure.
If I have to make a day trip, like drive down the night before and then drive out the day after, I would be willing to do that for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See, now Mark is like, really? Okay, anyway.
Well, Denny's is on the way.
I know.
That's perfect.
Speaking of high quality food,
Yeah, there we go.
Disneyland's Napa Rose wants a Michelin star.
Oh my dude.
Disneyland's newly remodeled Napa Rose wants to add a Michelin star to its list of honors and join the growing lineup of chefs and restaurants in nearby downtown Disney that already have the coveted award on their resume. The Napa Rose fine dining restaurant at Disney's Grand California Hotel returned after a 10-month renovation with a grand reopening in February following a series of media previews. Through the years, Napa Rose has picked up numerous honors, receiving the AAA 4-Diamond Award many times and making Guyot's short list of best California cuisine restaurants in Orange County. The Zagat Guide once rated Napa Rose second in the state behind only the French Laundry in Yountville.
Mm-hmm.
The Forbes Travel Guide awarded the restaurant 4 stars in 2024, but one accolade has so far eluded the Napa Rose, the coveted Michelin star. I drove past the French Laundry a couple weeks ago in Yountville, and I'd been over there a few times anyways, but it's nothing to write home about. The outside is very bland.
But it's not about that.
No, it isn't about that.
It's the food. I know that
No.
John Cena and Nikki Bella, when they were together, used to go there a
To
lot.
the
French Laundry.
okay, yeah, right across the street they have a garden where they use all their vegetables. And that's
If you guys, okay, so I find this interesting. It's kind of cool. For anybody who doesn't know, the Michelin star to get that is incredibly crazy hard. Like
Okay,
it is incredibly
I did
difficult.
want to know that because
Yeah.
I have no concept of what it's even like to get one.
Okay, quick thing. Do you have Apple TV?
No.
Okay, well, they have a series on there, and I think it's called Chasing the Star. And it is dedicated to a series of different cities throughout the world, and they focus in on certain restaurants trying to get a Michelin star. And they go through the process with them on whether or not they wind up getting one or not, or losing one, or whatever it is. So I had only a vague concept of how this worked until I watched that, and I went, holy crap, this is incredibly difficult.
once you get one, you have to maintain it.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't
you
know that.
can lose it.
Oh, I had no idea.
You can lose it.
Do they have people who like secretly dine there?
Yes,
Oh, of course.
yes.
Ooh, awesome job.
Oh,
that
dude,
would be-
yeah. And
that would be an amazing job.
yeah. So it's one of the things that if they get that, that's why people are like, holy crap! If they get like when I read that headline, like, holy crap, they want to do that. I'm like, good luck, because of where it is. I mean, without going too deep into it, it's food, it's the experience, it's the whole thing. It's not
Yeah.
just food, but it's the whole thing. So even though French Laundry from the outside may look like nothing,
No, I know that.
what
Yeah.
you going
Yeah.
because they actually have a restaurant on there on that show, and I forget where it is. It's literally in the middle of almost nowhere, dude. Like you have to get in your car for like 2 hours to get to it, and it's everything local, and obviously because they have to.
Yeah.
And they have a Michelin star.
Okay.
Because it's the whole thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. So
Well, the episode you were not on, which has only been a handful of them, if that, Becky and I talked a lot about Napa Rose because it just reopened.
did.
Yeah.
And we went through the pictures and things like that. And I think we both came to the same conclusion. Correct me if I'm wrong, Becky, but holy cow, the place looks awesome.
It does.
Yeah. No, I heard the episode. Yeah, I remember. that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole bar where they have there's a bar, but you can sit outside and have not as highly elevated food options as you would go into the sit down. Even the bar area and the patio seating looks phenomenal. Yeah, but just going to the restaurant itself is a whole nother level that I would love to try sometime. I think the menu changes quite often, so I'm not sure how often it does, but the day I looked at it, I was like, I don't think I want to go here. But
Well, with the menu, like with the Michelin star, were you saying that it has to be local, like produce?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because when you're at that level, I think it's one of those things like you're just doing that already. Most of
Got
the
it.
chefs at that level are looking to incorporate the local produce and whatever is in the area to kind of highlight the area they're in as well.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, I
yeah.
was thinking that could play into the menu changing because you're going with
Yep.
what's fresh,
Yep.
what's in season.
So if they get that, if they do in fact get that star, that is an incredibly like prestigious thing in the food world for them.
Do you think that
I feel
something
like
like that is needed at Disneyland Resort?
No,
No.
but why not?
Okay.
I mean, to be real, not everybody's going to be going to eat at the Napa Rose.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
They're not.
No,
They are not.
that isn't the quick service Rancho del Zocalo.
No, it's not that at all.
No.
But we shall see how that goes.
Yep.
All right, last news item. We'll end this on a positive. Everything's actually been positive in this one. Strange.
Do I need to get mad about something?
No, I'm not
Okay,
going to let you get mad this
all right,
time.
all right, cool.
You can get mad about something, but
I probably could.
Disneyland honors 50,000 years of work with employees service celebration. I don't like how they got to this number, but
Yeah.
the Celebrate You After Hours party at DCA recognizes 3,200 longtime employees. Disneyland thanked thousands of employees for their more than 50,000 years of service to the Anaheim theme park with a red carpet party featuring live entertainment, rides on Radiator Springs racers, character photo ops, an open bar, and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Buffet to other people, but I think it's called buffet. Disneyland recognized the decades of service of 3,200 longtime employees and their guests during the Celebrate You service celebration last week, Thursday, March 12th at DCA. Outgoing Disneyland Resort President Thomas Maslam thanked the attendees for keeping the spirit of Disneyland alive through their decades of service. You are all part of Disney history, Maslam said from a stage in front of the Carthay Circle restaurant. During my time at Disneyland, what I will always remember is the commitment that you all have to honor Walt Disney's original vision for the Disneyland Resort and to be a place of joy and inspiration to all the world. Sounds like he did not make up those words because I've heard them before. Maslam and incoming Disneyland Resort President Jill Estorino toasted the honorees with flutes of champagne. She also thanked the employees for their warm welcome since her appointment to the day before Wednesday, March 11th, and congratulated the honorees for their dedicated service. I'm so excited to be stepping into this role, she said. I am excited to be coming back to Disneyland where I've worked before. It feels like coming home. Of course, this is not about you. This is about the employees. DCA closed at 5 p.m. on Thursday for exclusive employee party that felt like a Disneyland After Dark after hours special event. The longest tenured honorees included 60 employees who worked for 40 years at Disneyland. Wow. 28 who worked for 45 years, 9 who worked 50 years, and 2 that worked 55 years.
Wow.
In total, the attendants put 55,000 years of service. Okay. And of course, this includes all aspects of the company, too, not just Disneyland. Okay. So they said Disneyland literally laid out the red carpet along Buena Vista Street for the honorees with live music, dessert tables, and cocktail bars spread throughout the park. Free and limited buffet with 55 menu items at Disney Food and Wine Festival marketplace booths and quick service eateries. Oh, shoot! We're going to talk about about this stuff. Cast members with 40 years of service or more started the night with a dinner reception at the Carthay Circle Fine Dining Restaurant. Nice. Okay, so I'm glad cool. Yes, it's awesome. I'm glad they did this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we say it all the time. Cast members of the lifeblood, and we've been talking about how they're re-upping certain criteria. I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
But this is the point of it. When you create an environment where people want to work and be part of the team and a crew and understand there's a deeper purpose. I mean, we all have jobs, most of us, right? And we all go do our things. And like, I get my purpose out of my job. I build, and so I have the reward of being able to build something for people to have their lives, live their lives a little bit more comfortably, right?
Yes.
And so when you look at cast members who have been there that long, most of them are going to be there because they believe in what's going on there.
Yeah.
They believe in what Walt wanted to do. They believe in the park. They believe in the interactions that they're having with the guests. And understanding that their purpose there is to make sure that that person, no matter how many of the millions they've seen over that time, each one of them is important.
Yeah.
And I love it when companies can actually stop for a second and go, hey, we recognize what you mean. And a lot of times companies, we've all worked with them that don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm incredibly happy that they've done this. They need to do more of these kind of things. And especially moving forward, understanding that it sounds like they're reconnecting, going deeper back into the cast members, making sure they're going to be even more integral part into the guest experience. This is how you do that. This is how you get people to be like, yeah, I want to be here. I want to be part of this team. I'm all in. I'm buying in. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
well
super
said.
happy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all the news. And Jay's waiting on deck for us. All right, so let's go to the feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hey, LTP family, now we're going to do our feature presentation. Of course, we're going to bring on our very good friend of the show. He's actually part of the LTP family for sure. Now, again, for those of you who've been listening to us, you will know who he is. But for those of you who haven't listened to us, I just need to tell you, so we've been doing the LTP for over 10 years. We're just starting our 10th year. This person, he's part of the LTP family, has been doing it longer than us. So he's been in the Disney space. I think I first saw him in 2013 or 14 or something like that. So he's a Disneyland food expert, comes with a lot of Disneyland history, and his opinion is something that I value a lot. And he's also just a really good guy to hang out with. I've had the pleasure of having dinner with him twice, or lunch once and dinner twice, or once. Sorry, one lunch, one dinner. Okay. But anyways, it's he and his wife are just very awesome people. And again, his opinion means a lot to me. And anyway, welcome back to the show, the very prominent Jay Brattain. Hey, Jay.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Jay.
Thanks for having me on.
Dude, any time. I mean, you're part of the LTP family, so anytime you want to come on and talk, you have a open mic here.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
But specifically, whenever any sort of food and wine festival comes up, Lunar New Year, any sort of thing going on at DCA, or even some new stuff at Disneyland, that food comes up, Jay's usually there, and he's got crazy insights and thoughts and opinions on this stuff that I very much appreciate, and I know the listeners love him too. Mm-hmm. So Jay and his wife, I assume, were just at the Food and Wine Festival last week, and he's kind to share some thoughts, opinions, and some very good pictures of the event. So Jay,
I was actually just there the day before yesterday.
Oh,
so yeah, not even last week.
So yeah,
nice.
The food's still fresh in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't really like to go the opening day. It's really crowded, and then all the crazy vloggers are out there, trying to get content for their channels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of chaos.
Yeah.
So that's why we just kind of let things kind of settle down, and then start reading reviews from other people. Some people are more trusted resources than others, so we look at what they have to say and then kind of pick and choose the things that we wanted to try.
Mm-hmm. And Jay, how many of these have you been to, would you say?
Since the first one, in 2016.
Jeez. Okay.
I actually have that. I rarely buy shirts from Disney.
Yeah.
But I had to buy the first inaugural Food and Wine Festival shirt, so I know exactly the year.
Oh, awesome. So 10 years.
And I wear it every year, every time we go, just because, it's the one time a year that it's appropriate, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I really like the way the art styling was and stuff like that. This year is goofy, and I don't know. I'm not a neon green fan, so I'm not really doing it as much. But it doesn't matter. I'm not there for the artwork. I'm there for the food.
Yeah.
Food. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just want to touch on real quickly because we did go to the Lunar New Year, and I apologize I didn't share the photos. It was kind of like a rushed thing, so I only took some pictures of the photo of the food, but it was definitely a vast improvement from the festival holidays from this past year.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah, it was a lot of Korean themed dishes.
Oh,
and so since my mother's Korean, and it was actually, I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
Good.
I was very happy. So anyhow, and then this time around, the Food and Wine Festival, the quality again is, up there. One thing that people have been complaining about is that there's only 8 booths, so that's less than before. Mm-hmm. But at least I don't mind that there's less booths. I just want the food to be good.
Yeah.
So anyhow, almost all items were good. There's probably one exception, but otherwise, overall, I think it's a worthwhile trip to go.
Okay.
And so whoever's thinking of going, go. Do it. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. just to cost you the money for the food.
Okay.
Yeah. And speaking of the cost, so we knew we were going to get 8 dishes, and therefore we got the Sip and Savor Pass.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Normally that's $64 for the average, consumer or whatever. But if you're a Magic Key holder, it goes down to $59.
Mhm.
and then you can there's another option where you can get 4 selections for $34. But I mean, honestly, it just at that point you might as well just pay cash because I broke it down. If you get so 8 for 64, basically even $8. If you get it the 4 for $34, it winds up being $8.50, and then for Magic Key it drops down to $7.38 a dish.
Okay.
Right.
So it's definitely worthwhile if you're a Magic Key holder.
Yeah.
And if you're not a Magic Key holder, I'd say get the 8. I mean, you're not saving a whole lot of money, but it is a savings, especially for some of the higher priced items. There's like one that's like almost $10, so it just, the prices have gone up, but then again, that's Disney. That's the expectation.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
And the other cool thing is with the Sip and Savor Pass, the 8 mark or the 8 tab one or whatever you want to call it, you get that little souvenir plate. It's with Goofy on the middle with the 2 cup holders or whatever. So it looks like a Mickey head.
That's kind of cool.
It is.
Yeah.
You said it's metal?
No, it's plastic.
Oh, it's plastic. Oh, okay.
Right. So anyhow, but it's a nice collectible that just is included with the price.
Sure. Okay, a couple quick questions.
Sure.
So for those of you, for people who have been to food and wine festivals before, how does this compare like overall? You said there's less booths. Would they usually have 12 or 14 booths or something?
I believe last year was 10.
Okay, and then now they've got 8 this year?
And the first time they had it, I think it was like 12. So
Okay.
it's kind of like gone down more and more.
Okay. So
But I don't have a solid number, to be honest. Someone did like a study of it before. I forgot the name of the person, but they kind of like calculated how many booths for each of the years and things like that. And
yeah.
So anyways, there's definitely been a drop off, but I'm more about quality over quantity, so that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you'd say that quality has gone up?
Yes, from past few years, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's great.
Yeah, the thing, I guess the low point for me was last year's, Festival of the Holidays. It was bad. I mean, I told you we didn't even get a Sip and Savor pass. It wasn't
Yes,
worth
I
it,
remember.
Yeah.
But
And then
anyhow.
about the Sip and Savor Pass again, and I've done that before, and I used everything that's on the same day. But if you buy it on one day and you don't use it, can you come back during the festival and still
Yes.
use it? Okay.
Correct. Anytime. So if you only use two tabs one day, then you can and you go back the next week and use another 2 or use them all or whatever. But yeah, it's good throughout the entire festival.
Awesome. Okay, good to know. And I might
And
note.
just like
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna totally related. Is that Jay's got that very cool popcorn bucket in the back?
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I've been looking at that. I love it.
That I saw that all over Instagram.
Yeah.
And is
it's my wife wanted me to show it off because I was like, okay, whatever, So, anyways, but it lights up and all that stuff. I'm not sure how this thing works, but anyhow, we were thinking they're going to bring it back, but we haven't seen them at the parks since that first day. So,
oh yeah.
Wow.
anyhow,
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's going on. Why there's such a limited quantity. But I mean, it moves around just like
Jeez.
the thing itself. I mean,
Yeah.
just like
I love that.
So.
It's the Mickey Fun Wheel or the Picture Pal Around popcorn bucket. I'm sure you guys have seen this thing all over the place, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I do have a question, Jay. Whenever you get a popcorn bucket, do you take it back to the park and reuse it multiple times?
no, it's just a collector's
Just
item.
yeah.
Yeah, we just, we don't even get the popcorn. Like I said, whenever they have like multiple locations where they offer different types of food, I don't even get popcorn. I get like chips or something like that.
You got it. Yeah, and just get the
Breadsticks.
bucket.
Right.
That's a great collector's item to have, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, again, it's high demand. And so, I was trying to figure out how to turn it on, but I don't even know how to turn it on. But anyways, whatever. I'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Anyhow,
So when you first saw the Food and Wine Festival announced, I'm sure you looked at the menu that was probably on Disney Park blogs and stuff, right?
yes,
And
definitely.
And was there anything that were there some new items that like, oh, this is great, we're bringing this back, or I mean, they've never had this, or were there some returning favorites that you liked and thought, oh, they're bringing it back, or
They had a mix of new and some returns. Well, I don't know the exact list. I know for sure the spam musubi thing, deconstructed or whatever, that thing was a repeat from before. The musubi fried rice, excuse me. But like the wings that I got, they're habanero wings. They had habanero wings in the past, but this has a different variation with the tahini sauce and a tahini coating. So it's just really like a mishmash of things, and I'll just go over them one by one as we walk through the different booths and stuff like that.
Oh, speaking of walking through the different booths, Jay, do you have a strategy? I mean, of what you're getting, or is it always first come first serve? I was always curious about that.
No, here's the pro tip. So,
yes.
There's a booth when you first walk into the area, the corridor there, and it's on the left side. And this year it's Peppers Caliente.
Oh, okay.
Then to the right, across the way, is LA Eats or LA Style, and I forgot the other one, Golden Dreams or something like that. Anyways, the way to do it is get first off, order everything at one time. That way, when you go to the different booths, all you're doing is picking up the food. You're not waiting in line to purchase anything. And then you go to the next booth, pick up your next item, so forth and so on. And you just keep walking down towards Paradise Garden. And then there is where you can sit down and eat. And the reason why you want to eat there, first off, the tables there are just like you stand up and eat, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. Some are shaded, some aren't. And then the other thing is just people are all like, there's a bunch of people around you. It's just kind of chaotic, and I don't like that. I like when I sit down to eat. I want to be, enjoy the food, enjoy the experience. So at Paradise Garden, they have a dining area, it's right there by Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta and the Paradise Garden Grill, and there's plenty of seating, and it's shaded mostly. I'd say 75% shaded. And then the other thing too is that they actually have metal utensils. So instead of using those cheap plastic forks, the ones that they dispense from that little whatever the thing is, it's and they like the forks break, and the knives are creepy, you know what I mean, and just like you can't cut through butter. So anyway, that's whereas at Paradise Garden area, you go into the pizza place, and then you get metal fork, metal spoon, metal knife. So it makes it a lot easier to eat the food. For sure.
That's a great pro trip. As I'm aging, like getting older, I cannot stand eating off a plastic fork.
Right.
I think I'm getting to that age. I remember my grandpa always insisted on metal, and I always thought that was just silly and like he was over the top. I get it now.
Right.
So that's a great pro trip tip.
And not only that, but there's also Paradise Garden Grill tends to have food items for the festival. Not just things that are part of the Sip and Savor Pass, but then as you'll see later in the pictures, I got Nago chili loaded chips. So it was but I'll go over that when we get to eat the breakdown of each of the dishes and things like that.
Awesome. So
I guess we'll start with the first item here. You guys have the pictures.
Yes.
And if any of your listeners want these pictures, I'll be happy to send them the link. That's no problem.
Yeah, listeners, just let us know.
I just, I'm too lazy to post on Instagram. I don't care. So, I just send the link to whoever, they can take a look at it. Anyhow, so the first one the first dish. I'll start with the bad one. So this is the one that was the most disappointing, and then everything else is good. So so we'll get the bad one out of the way.
Okay, good.
All right. So this is from the LA Style booth, and it's a carbonara pizzetta with a white sauce, Newski's applewood smoked bacon, and black pepper drizzle.
That's got to be
The
that
thing
thing.
about this pizza is that
Oh, it's a pizza.
yeah, well, it's a pizzetta or whatever, just like a little mini pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they try to make it sound fancier than it is.
It looks good.
It's the problem for me is that number one, the crust wasn't all that crispy, and the cheese wasn't as flavorful as I'd hoped. And then the sauce itself, the black pepper drizzle, it was like a wannabe truffle sauce, but it didn't have that same umami, earthy, tone to it. And it just really, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. Other people seem to enjoy it. That's why we chose it. And so I'm not sure why it didn't resonate with us. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was like, nah, I mean, I wouldn't get it again, personally.
I feel like
Okay.
there's a lot of that on there. The sauce is kind of like a lot for the size of it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm
Which
like
seems
half
like
of that. I
maybe
feel
you're
like
hiding that.
half of that I feel like would be enough, especially if they're trying to do black pepper, anything like that. Like I have a couple like a truffle kind of sauces and things, and I realized pretty quick you can overdo it real fast, or pepper, anything like that. You put a little bit too much, and boom, there you go.
Yeah.
Everything is off.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance to black pepper.
Yeah. All right. So this is a hard
the
pass.
next photo is from Golden Dreams, and this one is the musubi fried rice. They say Aulani resort inspired. Sounded, real cool and tropical, I guess. But it's steamed rice with egg, glazed spiced ham, basically Spam, the umami mayo, and furikake. One thing about this, so this is a repeat from before, and it's good. I mean, obviously, if we get it again, that means it's good. The mayo is just a touch on the spicy side. So if you have like somebody who has a very sensitive palate, like a little child or something like that, you can always ask without the mayo. So
Okay.
just something to consider for anyone who's wanting to get this dish. My only little like minor quibble with this offering is that the egg there, they're like it's a bit rubbery, it's like eating rubber pellets almost, because the egg has been cooking for so long, and it just becomes a little bit too like, I don't know, the texture gets really twisted. So
Okay.
anyhow,
It looks good though.
Yeah.
It does look good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too filling, so it's definitely something you'll want other dishes to eat with.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Then
Seems like-
there's the LA Style booth, the Cherry Cola Cold Brew. And it's Joffrey's Coffee 70th Anniversary blend with oat milk and vanilla cream and cherry syrups, topped with a cherry cola cold foam and a maraschino cherry on top.
Holy. That actually looks really good. It sounds really
But
good.
you're not a coffee guy, are you, Jay?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I'll just tell you the description from my wife. She's the one who drank it,
Yeah.
and she said this is like one of her top favorites.
Really?
Cold brews. Yeah. She said that this, like, they didn't have I think it was like a blueberry pancake one last year or something like that. And she said that was one of her top ones, and then she said this is on par with that.
So you didn't try this?
No, I didn't. I'm not a coffee guy, man.
Yeah, I love coffee and I love cherry stuff, but I just don't think the marriage is
No, I'm-
You wouldn't think so, but she says it just works. It's
okay.
like, the coffee whip, but there's like notes of chocolate, and then the cherry with the chocolate and the coffee, it all like kind of blends together, and the creaminess from the foam itself is really nice, along with the oat milk.
Okay.
And she said, yeah, it was just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm just trusting her, opinion on it and stuff like that, because I didn't.
Okay.
Try it.
I would totally drink that.
I'm curious about this. I wonder if they will have this when we go.
I don't know.
They
do,
I mean,
I
somewhere.
wonder.
Yeah, it's only for the Food and Wine Festival.
Shoot. Okay.
It
But
won't
my
be.
wife is like, hopefully they'll put it on the permanent menu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be
You
on the
never know.
lookout for that. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
that looks really good.
that's very unique.
Yeah.
It's interesting enough that I would try it.
Yes. Well, again, we watch several videos and read other blogs and things like that, and it seems to be the consensus that everybody loves it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm in their camp.
Yeah, did she say if it was sweet or like overly sweet or anything like
No,
that? Because
she said,
that's
no,
my
that's
worry.
the thing is it wasn't overly sweet. It was like it was, a nice balance. It
Yeah.
was, yeah. She doesn't like overly sweet drinks. I mean, she likes sweet drinks, but not like to the point where your
Yeah.
eyes kind of like enlarge
Yeah,
twice the
yeah.
size. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
No, because I feel like everybody's like now they think of coffee and they think of this massive like overly sweet sugar filled kind of thing. So that's
Right,
what I'm
like a
kind of
brown
worried about.
sugar.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
yeah. That's what I was thinking about that.
And then the next booth that we went to, this one we actually got most of the items from. Like we hit up their menu pretty hard. Peppers Caliente, and the first picture that you see is the tahini habanero seasoned wings with the tahini chili lime sauce. This one, the tahini habanero seasoning on just the chicken itself without the sauce is kind of meh. It's
Really?
it's not even really that spicy, which is like if you're doing habanero, you know what I mean? I want to be kicked in the face,
Yeah,
But in this instance, they emasculated it somehow and just had like the habanero flavor without the heat. And then the chili lime sauce was good, but unfortunately, they put a very minimal amount. I mean, you could see in the picture that I provided,
yeah.
there's maybe maybe a teaspoon and a half.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was a
Excuse me,
shadow.
teaspoon and a
Okay.
half.
See it
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude,
Yeah.
I mean, come on now,
once you
like,
zoom in.
yeah, just like I don't understand why they weren't a little more generous. I mean, sauce is cheap. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on a wing, like hello.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it was good, but it was just a bit disappointing in that regard. But I mean, overall, the flavor was pretty good, and especially with the sauce, and it was fried perfectly. I have no qualms about that. $9.50 for 2 wings is a bit on the expensive side.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
luckily we had the pass. I mean, $7.38 is a lot better than paying full price for sure.
Yeah.
Then the next one from Peppers Caliente was a drink, and this was the pickle whiskey sour, which is bourbon with pickle and lime juices, sweet and sour, rimmed with tahini classico and tahini chili lime sauce, and garnished with the pickle spear. Now I tend to not get mixed drinks because they're so expensive, and this one is no exception. It was $19.25.
Oh.
But I was like, man, I'm reading the description. I was like, this sounds intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't read anybody sampling this, and I hadn't seen anybody review it on the vlogs and things like that. So I was like, well, I'm gonna take a shot here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it missed the mark for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's the
It
number.
sounds great.
It sounds good, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I
Yes.
got it. But the problem is that honestly, it could have been a margarita, and it would have tasted about the same,
Okay.
with maybe just a note of pickle juice.
Mm.
But
Okay.
you do not feel or taste any of the bourbon.
Yeah, no.
And the sweet and sour mix that they use is really powerful. I mean, it's too sweet for me. And then what makes things confusing is that, okay, you got the sweetness from the mix, then you got the sourness, then you got the salt, then you got the chili, then you got the pickle. It kind of scrambles your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
too
why
bad.
I was a bit disappointed in this one. But hey, I tried it, so
Is it covered under the sip and savor pass?
No.
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 No. Okay.
No alcohol drinks are included
Okay.
with the sip and savor.
Yeah, I feel like if the bourbon is completely cut out of the whole thing, then why? Like you need to have something in there, and if it's the base of the drink as well,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
don't have it, then yeah, you overblow it. Then why? That's too bad, man. Because I was like everything, and I'm playing it out in my head. I'm hearing everything stacked on the base of the bourbon, going, "Oh, that'd be interesting." And then when you can't even have the taste of bourbon, That's disappointing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the good thing is that I had extra tahini, so I put them on the wings.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the tahini around the rim is like excessive, so I was just like, yeah, I might as well scrape it off and
That's worth
Try it
Oh
on
my
the wings.
God. That is epic. That is epic.
That is epic.
Also from Peppers Caliente, this one was a mocktail, and it was the strawberry guava lemonade. And,
Oh.
you know, the regular lemonade with the strawberry puree and guava syrup
Jeez.
topped with vanilla ice cream and
Holy-
freeze-dried strawberries.
Those
This
are
one's, I guess,
freeze-dried.
like really a viral thing right now with the various food tasters and things like that. So
Okay.
it's good. It is good. You know, it's not too sweet. You know, has a nice little textural contrast with the freeze-dried strawberries.
Yeah.
The vanilla ice cream kind of counterbalances, you know, the lemonade and strawberry puree. So it's, yeah, overall it was a good drink. I'm not really into mocktails, but my wife loved it. So
So
something highly recommend.
so this being a mocktail, this would be covered under the
That
pack?
is correct.
Okay.
Yes. So
This looks
one,
good.
if you were to pay normal price, it'd be $8.50.
Okay. Wow.
It looks refreshing.
Yeah.
It does look refreshing, especially if you're there on a warm day.
Right, right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I
Okay.
just put a photo of the forks and knives and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Let's
Saw
see
that.
those.
Hold on.
Oh, the
Yeah.
next one that we got, again, going back to Peppers Caliente, but like I said, we hit up most of the menu
Ooh.
there. The ramen mac and cheese. So this one is with,
Wow.
I mean, I don't know why they call it ramen because it's, you know, it's a mac shape, you know, it's,
Yeah.
you know, that's the noodle, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah,
know why
yeah.
they call it ramen just to make it sound Asian, I guess. But it has that furikake crumble, which is like seaweed and seeds and things like that.
Hmm.
They use that a lot in Hawaii.
Okay.
And then a couple little fish cakes, some green onions, and then a chili crunch on the side. So if you don't like spicy, then then you don't have to use it. If you do, then dump it on. I'm not really a mac and cheese person, honestly,
Okay.
but this is one of the ones that I was like, oh, okay, I see you, Disney. You're doing good. You're doing good. You know, I don't normally, like I said, eat mac and cheese, but they got me to eat it this time. So I tried it out and I enjoyed it.
Well, it
Nice.
looks like a very elevated mac and cheese.
It is.
Nice word, Becky.
Yes, I would 100% order this.
Yes,
it looks
it's
delicious.
definitely worth the worth it. I mean, at $9.25, it is again on the expensive side for
Yeah.
mac and cheese, but again, this is a food festival, so expect the elevated prices or increased prices, I should say. Anyhow, yeah, it's pretty popular as well. A lot of people are getting that.
Did you put the chili crunch on top?
I do because I love spicy.
Yeah.
My wife didn't.
Okay.
And I think it actually enhances it. It's the chili oil with the little chili crisps at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yep.
And I think it enhances it. It takes it to the next level. But, my wife doesn't like spicy, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the final savory dish that I got was the agua chili loaded chips. So it's, I say, zesty chips topped with lime cooked shrimp, fresh cucumbers, and red onion with the agua chili salsa.
Looks good.
This one is not on the Sip and Savor Pass because it was so expensive, $13.49.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
I know it is, but I love agua chili, so that's why I had to get it.
Got it.
Okay.
And it's only a limited time offering during the Food and Wine Festival, even though it's not on the Sip and Savor,
Yeah. Okay.
option. The shrimp were so you see the picture. I took a photo of their advertisement, and then the following picture I put was actually presented.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
jeez.
shrimp were definitely shrimp. They were small.
That's a whole lot different than what they're presenting.
Right, exactly. So, and I counted there's about 7 shrimp, so basically $2 a shrimp.
Yeah.
The chips were kind of, I mean, basically on the level of like Tostitos or whatever. Nothing special. I mean, they were spiced, but I mean, nothing that like really kind of like blows your mind or whatever.
Yeah.
However, I really like this flavor. It was nice and spicy. So for the normal average person, I think this would be probably way too hot.
For me.
On a scale 1 to 10, I'd say this is about 7.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good.
my wife tried 1 and she's like, nope, not for me.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. But it was actually a nice combination, and it was a little bit bigger portion than what you get at the booths.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Filling helped me kind of be satisfied with my meal and things like that, and it went well with the wings. So that was nice too. Overall, again, if you enjoy spicy, then I would highly recommend this. If you don't, then definitely avoid it, because it's really above the normal human limits.
I have a question regarding the spice on the chips.
Uh-huh.
Whenever you originally started talking about it, I was thinking it'd be more like a lime spice, but I'm looking at it and it does look a little bit red. Is it kind of a tahini spice?
No, it's kind of like a almost like nacho flavor, but a little more bitter than your average. Like, it's not Doritos.
Right.
Okay.
It's a lot of I don't know. It's just it's like a lot of bitterness on the back end.
Okay.
So it's chili, but it's not like Doritos chili. That
Gotcha.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And moving on, just
Oh,
throwing some pictures of the different booths and things like
Yeah.
that.
the beer garden. It's cool.
It looks really
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, they kind of stepped their game with that, so it looks nice.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah.
And the next item, this is another mocktail from California Craft Brews. So it's they call it a California Punch, which is mango puree, guava nectar, cucumber syrup, and lemon juice, garnished with a mango chili pop.
Oh,
So
I
this
like
one, this was good. It's a little too fruity for me. The mango chili pop, it's I mean, it kind of adds a different element to the dish and to the drink. And I'm not, I don't know. I mean, it's just, again, I'm not a mocktails guy, so I'm not sure. Like on the sweet level, I'd say it is a touch sweet, definitely sweeter than the strawberry puree one with the vanilla ice cream.
Right.
And would I recommend it if you like that flavor profile, kind of tropical style of drink? Then definitely go ahead and get it. But it is on the pricey side, $9. So if you don't have a sip and savor pass, I mean, it is kind of a steep price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is.
The question I have is, if you're going to add alcohol, to this, what would you put in there?
I'd use like a rum, silver rum.
Okay.
Just either that or even a dark rum. Any kind of rum would work. Actually,
We'll work with that
just
one,
thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like, what would be the good?
So basically, bring little
Kicking.
bottles of rum with us.
Hey,
Sure.
Becky, pro tip. Is that what?
Yeah, exactly.
Hide the little
Well,
bottle.
Just don't. And yeah, just make sure that you don't have a metal cap on the little mini bottle.
Yup.
'Cause You'll get flagged with metal detector. Trust me, I know from first-hand experience.
Oh
And I
my.
was like, dude, it's only like a little like miniature cap. You know what I mean? A cap could
Right.
just set off the metal detector.
Got you.
The guy was like, the security guard's like, oh, you can't sneak in alcohol. I was like, dude, you guys are selling alcohol there, so what's the deal? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. So I just tossed it and just like went away.
Yeah.
But anyways, Disney doesn't want you cutting into their alcohol products.
Exactly.
No.
Like, how dare you? On our 400-500% markup, don't do it.
Right.
Right. I mean, when you're getting away with bloody murder when it comes to the drink prices, it's just like, they want to keep getting away with it.
Right.
Oh man.
The final drink, again, another mocktail. My wife is really into the mocktails this year. This is
Yeah.
from the Garlic Kiss booth, and this is a Cutie's mandarin orange and blackberry punch.
Oh.
Has the house-made cuties mandarin orange puree, blackberry and strawberry purees, blackberry syrup, simply fruit punch, and grapefruit juice garnished with the cuties mango orange or mandarin orange. This one we have not tried yet. So I can't tell you whether it's good or bad because you can only drink so much during the day.
Yeah.
Without having to go pee every 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
we decided to just put that in a container and take it home.
Okay.
So I'll give you insight on that later.
It
Okay.
looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a nice presentation.
Yes, it is very nice. All right, and then the last item, which is a food item. This one is actually from Schmoozie's. This is not. This is only just a festival item, but it's not eligible for Sip and Savor because it's so expensive. It's $11.29.
Whoa.
But it's the Mickey shaped banana hazelnut waffles,
Oh.
and it's the waffles with the basically Nutella filling, topped with the banana whipped.
I was
whipped
wondering what
cream,
that was,
basically,
yeah.
powdered
Oh, I thought that
sugar.
was like vanilla ice cream or
No,
something.
I was wondering what kind of whip, what flavor that would be.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's sort of like Cool Whip.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So it's
Okay.
not ice cream. It's kind of like it's more dense than whipped cream, but it's just not as dense as ice cream. So anyhow, yeah. So it's like basically banana flavored Cool Whip, and it was really good. This was outstanding. All their Mickey shaped stuffed waffles have been a hit lately. So if next time you guys go to the parks, or next time you go to DCA, I should say, at Schmoozie's, you definitely should try this. It's no matter what the flavors. They haven't had a miss yet when
Okay.
it comes to these
That's
waffles.
good to know.
Yeah. I've never had
That's
food
it.
from Schmoozie's. I've always I've had a drink.
I haven't either.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, Mark, I kind of one time you said where not to go, to eat and stuff like that, and I
Yeah.
included Schmoozie's on that list. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of questioned me. You're like, "Well, my daughter likes it." And I was like, "Oh, dang, I
That's okay.
So, anyways, it just Schmoozie's isn't for me. I'm kind of spoiled. Like I told you about the place in Santa Barbara. It's called Blenders in the Grass. And that's
Oh,
like, that I mean, to me, that's next level.
Dude.
I don't even like Jamba Juicy. I mean, compared to that,
dude,
so
that was
that's
such a
me.
pro tip. I think I got there was a peanut butter one or something.
Right, correct.
The one you told me to get, and dude, that was like, I was like, oh shit, Jay's right. It was so good. It was,
Imagine eating Captain Crunch peanut butter cereal.
yes,
It's just basically that.
yeah,
Wow.
Thunders in the Grass. Yeah,
Really good.
yeah. I have a list. I need to go when I go back. I need to try Rusty's Pizza because I was pretty upset that I missed that place.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other one to get, they have at Blenders in the Grass. It's called the Better Finger. Basically, it's made with carrot juice and some other ingredients, but it tastes just like a Butterfinger candy, but it's healthy.
Okay.
Oh.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
So if you guys ever go to Santa Barbara, hit me up, man. I'll give you
Okay.
all the tips. Yeah, Mark didn't let me know ahead of time because I could have had him like full itinerary.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I did like a nice recovery because I messaged Jay like a day or two into it. Hey, I'm in your hometown. What do you want? Where should I go? Like this big list of places, and so we did go to a couple places he had mentioned, but there's more that definitely I have them written down. We're gonna go.
it's an excuse to come back. So
Oh, absolutely!
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it there. I loved it there. I was just thinking about that today, actually. How much I enjoyed that place, Santa Barbara
all right.
in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. We covered all the food and drinks and things like that.
Okay.
The atmosphere was nice. Was surprising is that they didn't really have any of the live bands going on during the daytime. We left about, I'd say, a little after 2:00, and during that entire time that we were there, there's no, usually in the Paradise Garden area, they have some singer or whatever, local band, that type of thing, and then on stage, which I took a picture on the stage there, they even though it's sort of set up for night. They have bands that usually play during that time period. So I'm not sure what happened if there's, I don't know, whatever. So the only other complaint I have about it's not just this time, but ever since the festival holidays, they started opening the booth at 11:30 instead of at 11, which kind of sucks. Because people by that point, it's just they're starting to line up everywhere, and just like it
Yeah.
and that day happened to be like freaking hot, dude. That was like Sacramento summer hot.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 90
Oh.
degrees, and it felt a little humid,
Yeah.
and yeah, it wasn't fun. And
No.
there's no shade when we were waiting in line, so it that kind of sucked. But
That does suck.
whatever, it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Now, when you guys go, do you also go to Disneyland and do like a lap or two around the park, or you just get your food and go home?
Yeah, so we got there around, I'd say 8:30, and we first started out in Disneyland, and then because you can't cross over until 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
so we had a few rides, and my wife bought some merchandise, and then basically around 10:30, something like that, we decided to go to downtown Disney and to the Grand Californian to see if they had anything special, because since the 25th anniversary of DCA,
Yeah.
then maybe Grand California Hotel would have something.
Sure.
Unfortunately, they don't. I mean, it just all they have is some signage about the Oscars or something like that in the lobby area. So. But so we just entered the back way,
Yeah.
to DCA at 11 o'clock and made our way to the festival.
Sounds like a great day, man.
Yeah, it was cool. It was, just chill, relax. We're not, not in any hurry.
No.
That type of thing. And just that's a good thing about living, so close is that, you get the opportunity, that we rarely stay into the night because, unless we're doing like a staycation or something like that, but we don't want to deal with like LA traffic.
No, I wouldn't either.
So
Yeah.
that's, kind of a headache. And if you leave by 2 o'clock, you're good to go.
Okay. Okay.
For somebody who doesn't live as close to the park and maybe has to go less times during the year or once a year, would the Food and Wine Festival be a time that you would say plan your trip around?
For me, yes. For me, definitely yes. But that's just me. I mean, because I'm a foodie, and I love
Of
food.
course.
I, just really enjoy the different unique options that they have, and it's a fun time too. Usually the atmosphere is more lively with the live music and everything, but they didn't have that this year. But normally, they do have a lot of live music, and if you were to stay until the evening, they do have live music for sure, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say it's worthwhile going. At least maybe every few years, maybe every 2 to 3 years, whatever.
100%.
It's just like the Oogie Boogie Bash. Like I can't do Oogie Boogie Bash every year, but maybe like once every 3 to 5 years, I'm good. You know what I mean,
for sure.
Okay.
It's fun, but going every year just it becomes a bit redundant.
That's good to know, because I think this is the year we're going to do the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Well, yeah, I mean, but it's again, I was listening to the episode, and they were saying, just don't go until later, whatever, and use it as one of your days of ticket.
Exactly. Yes.
And
you
so-
just change how you do your trip.
Right, exactly. And the other thing too is like you could even go to downtown Disney and have lunch and just hang out in downtown Disney area and just whatever.
Yes.
Check out the hotel, Grand California, and check out the what's that the Pixar Hotel, Pixar Pier Hotel, or whatever. And
Yes.
and so it's fun. I mean, just walk around the property or whatever.
For sure. There's so much to see and do.
Right,
There is.
exactly.
Okay,
So-
I got a couple questions, Jay. I know you're up
Sure.
against the time, but okay, since it is DCA's 25th anniversary, tell what is your favorite part of DCA, and what is your favorite memory from the past 25 years?
My favorite part, I'd say, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna say Cars Line, which, I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the best part of that area. I remember when they first opened the Cars Land area, everybody was saying, "Oh, you got to go the back way through, the back entrance where the
Oh, yeah.
mountain is
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that."
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did, because man, I just like, it was breathtaking. I mean, it literally took my breath away. And I remember when I was on the podcast with Daniel and his brother,
Yeah, Paul.
Paul, yeah. Paul said he like literally almost had a tear in his eye. I mean, that's how beautiful it was, and when he first went there, which
Sure.
I wouldn't go that far, but definitely took my breath away for sure.
Okay. All right. So Radiator
And,
Springs.
again, as your last podcast guest had pointed out, I mean, the theming during the holiday times, Halloween and Christmas is like just bar none one of the best themed areas in all the lands.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100% correct on that. Yeah.
But, and then as far as my favorite memory, it's so I don't know if you guys knew I we had a wedding ceremony at Disneyland at the Grand California Hotel.
Oh,
No,
I
I
didn't. No, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so when we got married in 2010, we had it at one of the the ballrooms or whatever in the DCA convention area.
Okay.
And so we had a reception there, and then afterwards we had the whole thing. We had Mickey and Minnie coming out, you know what I mean, and the DJ, and we had. I'll have to show you pictures, man.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'll share some photos with you and things like that. Anyhow, so my best memory is actually the day after our wedding reception, and the reason why is that I actually did all the planning for the wedding, so it was a lot of stress.
Wow.
We had. I'm trying to think how many guests we had. Like, I want to say like 200 something.
Wow.
We did not get the
150.
invite. Yeah.
150. No, I forgot exactly. It was like 150 or 200. I forgot
Whoa.
the exact number. But still a lot of people. And I had like relatives flying from Korea and everything. And it was a big
Wow.
deal.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, I was kind of like when we were first planning everything out, I had worked with some woman or whatever that she was just trying to upsell me on everything. Well, you do this and you do like a blue wrap around blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with you. I'm just going to deal with the person, the coordinator.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to take care of everything. You know what I mean? And so I, worked with them on the food and how they're going to set up the tables and the decor, the center pieces, everything like that. And so anyway, again, that was a lot of stress, you know what I mean? And
Sure.
so the following day, we went to DCA and we I was so relieved, and I was just like, I started drinking at lunchtime. I was like, man, my best friend at the time, he was there with me, and man, we got hammered drunk. We went and like it was.
That's awesome.
They actually had at that time they had a couple of food trucks on property, and I remember we got this Euro sandwich or whatever, and we were just like, man, this tastes so good, we were just like eating it, and then, but then we were so drunk we started getting full, and then my friend was like, when we were walking across the Esplanade of Disneyland, they had some woman or whatever, some like a beer lady. He was drunk, but he was like, "Hey, you want the rest of this sandwich?" She was like, "Dude, you're weird or whatever." So yeah, and then he wound up like, and
that is awesome.
We got to Main Street. Sorry, just living that memory in my head again. He was so drunk he threw up.
Oh, no.
The trash cans on Main
Oh
Street.
no.
And then when we were there, Fantasmic was going on.
Oh man.
And I was so blissed out of my mind, dude. I saw Sorcerer Mickey, and I was like, I started pointing towards him, and I was like, "That's me! I'm Sorcerer Mickey! That's me!" It was a fun time.
Man, I wish you could have seen that.
Oh man.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So, anyhow, one of these days I'll have to talk about my wedding too, man. Just
that'd
share
be
you guys
great.
some pictures or whatever, maybe
Oh,
during
yeah.
wedding season or the Valentine's Day or something along those lines.
Absolutely,
I'd
yeah.
love to hear about
Yeah.
that.
Okay, and just real quick, we haven't done this before, and it happened to come out today. The randomizer shows up We've not done this with Jay yet.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, remember we had that whole debate about the shooting gallery.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry because now it's coming back again. Let's see. All right. Well, the randomizer has spit out 3 attractions, and they all happen to be at DCA. Oddly enough, I can generate it again if you want to.
No.
Okay. They are.
We go.
Udi, can you explain the randomizer again? Because
I'll do this quickly. It is an infernal machine which should never show its face, but it does at random. What the randomizer does is it shows up and will not leave until it is satisfied with 3 things. It's going to give us 3 attractions.
Right.
And so we must pick one to remain the same as it is now. Pick one to completely eliminate it, destroyed by the Empire, as Mark likes to say. And then the third thing was pick an attraction to modify. But we can't just add modify. You need to be very specific in your modification. Then and only then will the randomizer decide to leave. So we need to give it what it wants.
Yeah. In fact, Jay's been trying to get off for the last 20 minutes, but this thing showed up. So, anyways, this is I'm sorry, Jay. I know. Sorry. So the first 3, and if you want to be generous, I will because this was on last week's. But the Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure, Goofy's Sky School, and Soaring Around the World.
Oh, okay, I've got mine.
Do you want to keep those? Because we had one from last week.
I'm good with them. I already know what I'll do.
Okay.
I already know mine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
All right. Ariel's Undersea Adventure, Goofy's Sky School, and Soaring Around the World. Jay, since you are, well, you're not really a guest. You're part of the family, but I'm going to let you, either you can go or you can defer it.
I'll defer to Udi first because I need to collect my thoughts. And,
okay.
Okay.
Because these aren't easy choices. These are some thought needs to go into it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the easy one for me to get rid of would be.
I might say something just real quick because even though the attraction was on last episode's randomizer, you can change it because you have to weigh it against its.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay, just want to make sure that.
So I'm gonna blow up Little Mermaid, even though
I knew you were gonna.
Yeah,
do
well,
that.
no,
It's gone. It's leveled.
like leveled.
It's just an empty lot.
Yeah, empty lot. Like, hey, we can use stroller parking right there instead. So that one's gone. And then we're gonna go over, and then I believe my last pick was for Goofy.
Yeah.
Was to modify that.
Yes.
I'm gonna switch it around. I'm gonna keep Goofy because I still we're gonna ride. Well, I'm gonna ride it. Mark, you don't fit in the thing when we go. But we're gonna keep that one as is. So then that means obviously I have Soren, and I'm gonna go back to it. I'm super curious around the world. I still feel like we need to do the modification, which is the easiest one. Add new ones, add new scenes, replace them, maybe swap them around. I'm very curious with the new one for the 250th anniversary. I really want to know what they're covering. I haven't really dug too much because I kind of want to be surprised. But I would modify it to that point. Add a few more banking turns, like make it a little bit more aggressive, not too crazy aggressive. Use the arm, maybe go up and down a little bit more, turn it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But then it would be, the biggest thing would be obviously the scenes we're flying through. So I've always said that California should be California. So have all 3. So around the world, California now with the 250, and literally do like after the 250s, the run. Then begin the modification where you're flipping between.
Okay.
Kind of, a la Star Tours where you don't know exactly what scene you're going to get when you go in.
Yes.
Same thing there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would like not knowing what I'm going to see.
Yeah.
And adds to it. And of course, time and the movements of the attraction with whatever video you have going as well too. So just make sure everything that honestly that's probably why they don't do it, because it's probably complicated to try to do that. But anyway, so that is my 3.
Okay. Good.
Okay. I think it's a little lame, but okay. I like what you did to.
So why did we call Becky again?
Yeah.
Lame.
So I'll just go next if that's okay.
Well, yes.
I just can't see disposing of Little Mermaid over Goofy's Sky School. I just can't.
Well,
so I would keep Little Mermaid, and Goofy's Sky School would be gone. And then with Soren, I love your idea with all of that. I do. But I would probably do the destinations as all the Disney parks throughout the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like have that as a variation.
I see
Oh,
that.
I like that. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I concur with both of them about Soren. It definitely needs, some change of pace. It's just kind of, only two different films going on. As far as the reasoning for Goofy Sky School, I'm gonna destroy that just because it's like it's a half-ass ride, man. I mean, really, it's just
that's the beauty of it, though.
It's a very short coaster.
Yeah.
It's the cars are small. And selfishly, man, my back. I mean, I can't even do Matterhorn anymore. My back gets all tweaked up and stuff like that. I mean, if I do, then I got to factor in the cost of my chiropractor.
Fair.
Anyhow, and then I'm with Becky about Little Mermaid. I think that it's fun the way it is. It's kind of like relaxing, whimsical. It's air conditioned during the summer, so it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only thing they need to do is just like get rid of the fast pass, man. I mean, it just. They created a problem that was non-existent before.
Yeah.
It used to be like you just walked on and you're good to go. Now it's just like you have to wait in line unless you're willing to spend the money, which is just
it's bonkers.
It's a travesty.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Yeah.
So, anyways, but whatever. I mean, hopefully someday they'll get rid of it. But as long as it's making money, then they won't. So just depends.
I know, because prior to that, I don't think I ever waited more than 20 minutes. And it just felt like you walked the whole time, if even 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Because, that thing is like, that's a people eater, man. I mean, it's just like, I mean, their loading system is so fast and efficient and just,
very quick.
It's like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, very quick.
Yeah, but, oh well, someday. Hopefully the Disney executives listen to this and take note.
Yes, yeah. They'll take notes.
All right, Mark.
All right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you again, and it was a nice discussion. And
yes, absolutely.
Damn you, randomizer.
Yeah, I know. No worries about that. Sorry about that.
But I hope the rest of the day goes well for you, and talk to you guys again soon.
All right, awesome, Jay. Thank you so much.
We'll see you later.
All right,
bye.
Bye. When I get a chance to do mine.
Yeah, go for it.
But that's
I know, go for
Jay,
it.
I know. Well,
no, Jay had to go. Yeah.
I think. No, Arrow's Undersea Adventure is one of my daughter's favorite attractions. But I just don't like it. I don't think it. I think it belongs in Disneyland. For some reason, I think it's
over in Fantasyland.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's where it belongs. And that property in DCA is much more valuable to me than Arrow's Undersea Adventure. So I would say get rid of that and keep Goofy's the same it is and do exactly what you said with Soren. Soren is kind of lends itself to having a random experience.
It does.
Or not random, but if have two separate lines for Soren Over the World or Soren Over California.
Yeah, and they would never do that, though, because you can't, because I will tell you this right now.
Okay.
It would be funny because if they did that as a test to see which was more popular.
Yeah.
And we all know probably in California would be the one.
Yeah.
That is going to be the one coming. Yeah. I mean,
and it just flowed so well.
That is the one complaint. That is my one complaint. Yeah.
But it did flow so well because you just went from
the
place to
transitions
place.
aren't so harsh.
No.
And, I mean, I know we're all going to have our bias being Californians, but born and raised, and we've been to a good chunk of the places. I mean, I have that pop up there. And when you see that, but the transition from up and down the state is so seamless in California.
It is.
And that is so over the world is they're abrupt, hard changes. And that's kind of like, oh, now I'm in over here, and oh man, I'm halfway across the globe again.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. So that's why, again, I'm curious about the 250th anniversary.
Yeah.
Man, now I'm going to start. I don't want to do that though. Like, I want to start digging and try to figure out like who's what do they know, what's been said, because by now people know what it is. because all of that has to be in post production by now.
Sure, of course,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So, but I want to know, but I kind of don't.
yeah. But with this, the soaring over ... series is it's infinite for me because they could do.
Yeah.
I mean, Hawaii would be a blast.
Yeah.
Canada,
Oh, yeah.
Canada would be a blast.
No, I don't like Canada.
You don't?
No.
Because of hockey?
Well, we
We'll not go in politics, are we?
no.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah,
okay.
because of hockey. Well, we're not. I'm not going political with that statement. My statement is because of the hockey.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
the,
Yeah.
and the U.S. won Paralympic hockey team won gold. By the way,
Oh, they did?
we went sweeper. We went sweep.
Oh, yeah, women's, men's, and okay.
And
You do have to admit, though, Canada would be beautiful.
Oh, for sure it is. Yeah.
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 I think that there would be some beautiful places to
Oh,
see.
Central America would be cool.
that would be great too.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see that.
South America, Central America.
yeah.
hmm
Fiji. I mean, any of these places. I mean, in I could pick another state. I mean,
Well, could you imagine, like, if there was jungle scenes? I mean, how much they could do with smell.
Yeah. And
Yeah, and
skiing
sound.
and
Like,
the heat.
during
Oh yeah,
that,
all
to make
that,
you feel
all
like
that.
you're
Mhm.
there. That
oh yeah, yep. It'd be endless. I mean, pretty much any state I would love to see. You know.
Mhm.
Because I don't know much about Kansas, but if there's a 10-minute video or however long it is, I would
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right. Like, it actually, any state would be interesting,
And,
Right.
kind of, to see.
And going back to that, that's why I think soaring over the world conceptually is a good idea, right? But
Yeah.
there are so many people who don't really get how big our country is.
Yeah.
Like they do
Right.
not understand the size and scope of our country. And when you talk about state by state by state, every state has its own history,
Yeah.
origin, landmarks,
Yeah.
important places to go, big things to see. I mean, that's why it
Delaware
would be great. Well, maybe not Delaware.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, even me, even though I never want to go visit Washington D.C., not really. I mean, other than to go and see the monument, and the the big things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I wouldn't want to go. But doing a flyby and all that kind of stuff would be
I have
infinitely
gone.
yeah.
And it is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff that I didn't even think I would have interest in
Mhm.
seeing at that time, I had interest. There's
Yep.
so many museums. There is just,
Yeah.
it's like beautiful to see everything
Right.
up close. But you are right. I mean, you could see so much with
Mhm.
doing a Soarin'.
Yeah, and again, and this lends back to what I was saying about 250. This is why I'm incredibly curious on what is going to be shown, because we have so much. We have so much history and just flat out territory to cover.
Yeah.
But 250 years, it's one of the longest standing empires ever, man.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank Jay for coming on the show.
Yes.
Jay is like another member of the LTP family.
Yeah.
So whenever he wants to come on, he can come on. But usually it's around food. And Jay knows this. He can come on whenever he wants. But I love his insight and
Always fun.
yeah, just all around great guy. It's we've had 2 meals together and we end up just talking and laughing and he's interesting guy.
Yeah.
And his wife is fantastic as well, super nice and I would be happy just going to Denny's with him and talking.
Yeah.
I don't think he would ever go to Denny's, but seriously. No, I don't think he would.
Suggest that Denny's.
Oh, he would suggest not to go, probably. But but that's like I said, the first time I was just so in awe of, oh, this is Jay Brattain talking, and it's just anyways, I would just I would enjoy going to Denny's with him and just having a conversation. Anyways, if you listeners want to reach out to him, just either message him on his Instagram, or if you don't feel comfortable, let me know and I will do it and reach out to him. All right. So that's going to wrap up episode 241. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, this evening, whenever it was and however it is. Do check out our LTP Lounge again every Wednesday from 6 to 7 and follow us and subscribe to that channel because it's actually a good time. I mean, we have... It's only an hour, but it flies by so fast because we're talking to people and just going deeper into Disneyland topics and breaking out maps, and rotating the maps and speculating and all that kind of stuff's fun. Becky, you got to join us sometime.
I know. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, there's some good people that show up for that. And again, May 14th through 16th, Udi and I will be at the parks. So looking forward to that. And if any of you listeners are out there who want to join us, Jerome is going to hang out with us for one of the days. So stoked about that. And he'll be on the next show.
I'm glad that you guys get to meet him in person.
Oh, yeah, I'm stoked.
Oh, I know you want.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, I mean, like we keep on saying, and I just feel like every time we have like Jay or anybody, any guest on, I keep on feeling like we need to reiterate this. All the other things in the world that can divide us, this is the stuff that we all should unite. We are
Yes.
at the core where we can be really good people, and we are really good people, and we keep on meeting more and more good people, and all these things that people argue about never come up because it's not the point.
That isn't the point.
It isn't the point. The point is to come together around things that we love, and so
Sure.
it is amazing. And we've met, and I keep on. I actually, and the reason why it's fresh in my mind, I brought this up just a couple days ago because I brought up with one of my coworkers like the podcast, like what, and I kind of explained to him, and like, oh, have you like why? And I kind of explained. I said, dude, I'll tell you this right now. I have met some of the coolest people. And we have done some things. And I kind of was telling him we've done this, that. And he kind of went like, really? I'm like, yeah. We've talked to that person and this person and da-da-da. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. All thanks to this. And this podcast and the community more than anything. So, yeah, I mean, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
And let me add this real quick. We're going to hit 250. Guess what month we're hitting our 250th episode in?
July?
July.
Whoa. We got to do something special for that.
I was just curious. It popped in my head. I'm oh, it's it should be mid-July is when we hit 250.
Taking a road trip to the parks? Maybe.
Ooh.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, 250. That's kind of a big thing, man. Like that's kind of crazy. I'm like, okay, holy crap. Like,
yeah. I mean, and I don't know. It's at the end of the show now, but I mean, maybe we should be talking more about what we've been doing. This is 10 years we've been doing this, and
oh
the
man,
amount of people we've met and the opportunities we've had. But we'll talk more about that. But again, we're going to be there in the parks, and I think we can get Orange Grove 55 to come out for a lap around the park.
That'd be cool.
Conductor says he's going to show up. Fernando, I'd love to spend more time with you. I got to meet you briefly.
Dude, Fernando's awesome, dude. Fernando, shout out, man.
Yeah, Fernando, for sure. And but hopefully we can get some. I mean, but if it's Jerome, I'm loving it, dude, because that guy is awesome.
Yeah.
No. And
I feel like you guys have a lot in common just with talking with him.
Oh,
in general.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great having
you know what I'm looking forward to when we go into the park with Jerome? It's going to be you and him talking. I'm just going to be listening. It's going to be one of those moments where be like, Udi's not saying anything. Because I'm listening. Like
just into the conversation.
Yeah, because I've learned when to shut up. I know most people are like, nah. I'm like, yeah, I do.
A lot of years.
Yeah, no, it did take me a while, and some people would argue that I still haven't learned the lesson. But no, in those situations, I'm just going to be listening because it's going to be one of those things just to hear that knowledge, and it is something that you just absorb and you take it in.
Yeah, I'm still in. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that as the dates go on. But to reach out to us, send us an email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com, or on Instagram you can DM us. That's probably the easiest way to get a hold of us. And do reach out because we'd love to talk to you guys and gals. And Becky, where can people find out more information about you?
So I have not been on social media right now for a little while. I've taken a break. I just felt like I needed to remove myself kind of from that culture. And I'm trying to make an effort to reach out to people in person and see them, or over the phone, see them in person. Just because for me personally, I felt like I was missing out on some of those connections. However, I can work on an email address or some form if anybody's interested in that, because I did something I enjoy about social media is interacting with people and talking Disney. Or if anybody wants to reach out, maybe Mark to the info at Leaving Today Podcast, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to reach out to Becky, just send an email to info@leavingtodaypodcast.com, or you can message me on the Leaving Today Podcast Instagram, and I'll get it over to Becky. That sounds good. Sounds like a
That sounds
plan.
great.
Udi, for more witty banter.
You can find me on the Mando Show. We're actually going to record our retrospective of Maul, Darth Maul. No, I'm kidding. No, but we are. We're going to talk about.
Is it out now?
No, it's not yet. So we're talking about Maul here. I think it's next week. We're going to record that, and then moving into the animated Maul series, and then we're going to have the actual Mando and Grogu movie coming up out after that. So you can find me there. That is the Mando Show, and then you can find me on my social media, which is I keep it to one now, which is the Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE Haxgoalie.
All
Yeah,
right.
and I respond to all my DMs there.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that will wrap up episode 241. 242 comes out, of course, and I think we'll have Jerome on to talk about Adventureland secrets.
Everybody's like, huh, what?
I spoiled.
Yeah.
I was teasing the episode.
Yeah.
All right. Until then, we love you, adventures out there, and we will see you in the parks.
Bye.
See ya.
A new world order, Udi. A new world order.
Don't get me going.
Okay.
But it's Sunday, so it's bottomless mimosas. So
No, I will give you one.
Not that one. Pick a different one. God, you're so slow.
I am a good button pusher. Wow, these are smaller than I thought.
That's what she said.
No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
But you
Yeah.
make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red.